What's up? We're back on the NFL main slate and we're building around ceiling, leverage, and matchup. Let's dive right in. Quarterbacks. We're starting with Matthew Stafford at 7,000, dash rank 100, projected 15 points. Facing Detroit, who have one of the worst defenses overall with an opponent rank of 21. He's put up 23, 15, and 23 fantasy points in his last three and averages 21 on the season. So the recent form plus the matchup gives us a strong floor with real upside. The Week 14 MVP ladder note from Essentially Sports had Stafford slipping behind Drake May, which actually helps us because sentiment should keep him off radars. He's going to be about 0% owned, so we gain leverage by betting on the volume and the dome track in a plus spot. For value, Geno Smith at 4,500 gives us salary relief and a path to 4x. He's projected 16 against Philadelphia, who have a middle-of-the-pack defense overall with an opponent rank of 14. Recent games of 9, 13, and 15 aren't flashy, but at this price we care about median stability and the chance at a two-score game. He's going to be about 0% owned. The recent reporting on the Raiders' struggles and Pete Carroll publicly backing Geno suggests job security and a green light to keep slinging it, which matters at this tag. Running backs. Christian McCaffrey at 9,000 is our pay-up anchor. Dash rank 100, projected 17 against Tennessee, who have one of the worst defenses overall with an opponent rank of 28. He averages 26 fantasy points per game and scored 17, 25, and 35 in his last three. So we're paying for elite touch dominance and touchdown equity in a soft matchup. He's going to be about 0% owned, which is wild for this profile. The 49ers offense remains in rhythm, and even team stories around Kyle Juszczyk's 300th catch underline how cohesive this unit is right now, which benefits McCaffrey's scoring environment. If you need a stone min salary dart to unlock studs, Patrick Ricard at 4,000 is a pure punt. He projects for 1 point and faces Cincinnati, who have the absolute worst defense overall with an opponent rank of 32, but his fantasy points per game are 0, with recent logs of 0, 0, and 0. He's going to be about 0% owned. This is only for massive field tournaments where you're betting on a fluky goal line touch to differentiate a Stafford double stack. Wide receivers. We're pairing Stafford with Puka Nacua at 8,700. Dash rank 100, projected 17, against Detroit, who have one of the worst defenses overall with an opponent rank of 21. He averages 23 fantasy points per game and just dropped 39 after 13 and 17, and per multiple reports, he was a dominant force with 167 yards and 2 scores in that blowout win over Arizona. That elite ceiling marries perfectly with the Stafford stack. He's going to be about 0% owned, so we're getting a premium stack at suppressed ownership. Value wideout, Jawan Jennings at 5,200 projects 12 against Tennessee, who have one of the worst defenses overall with an opponent rank of 28. Recent scores of 14, 12, and 9 show steady involvement, and at this salary, we're hunting 6 to 8 targets with red zone looks in a soft matchup. He's going to be about 0% owned. Off-field noise aside, the recent coverage around Jennings just underscores that he's firmly in the rotation and brings volatility we like for tournaments. Tight ends. Juwan Johnson at 3,700, dash rank 99, projected 7 against Carolina, who have a middle-of-the-pack defense overall with an opponent rank of 13. He's put up 8, 9, and 11 in his last three with a season average of 10, so we're buying a stable root share at a bargain in a game that shouldn't crater. He's going to be about 0% owned. The Saints chatter about Kellen Moore's imprint, and keeping Johnson in the plans signals role security we can leverage at low cost. For a value pivot, Theo Johnson at 3,500 projects 7 against Washington, who have one of the worst defenses overall with an opponent rank of 30. He's scored 4, 11, and 7, and averages 9 per game. So the rookie is already providing serviceable floors with athletic upside. He's going to be about 0% owned. The draft and combine coverage highlights his elite athleticism for the position, which is exactly what we want when punting TE. Flex. Jamar Chase at 8,100 is our ceiling flex. Dash rank 100, projected 20, facing Baltimore, who have one of the worst defenses overall with an opponent rank of 22. He averages 20 per game with recent scores of 10, 21, and 6. We're betting on the bounce in a divisional spot where volume consolidates. He's going to be about 0% owned. The recent headlines around on-field scuffles and fines don't change his usage. If anything, they remind us he stays heavily involved in high-intensity games. Defense. Texans D at 3,600, dash rank 100, projected 7 against Arizona, who have one of the worst defenses overall with an opponent rank of 26. Recent defensive scores of 12, 2, and 15 show spike potential, and at this salary, we're prioritizing pressure rate and turnover upside in a low ownership spot. They're going to be about 0% owned. If you need savings, Colts D at 2,200 projects 6 versus Seattle, who have a middle-of-the-pack defense overall with an opponent rank of 11. Logs of 1, 5, and 8 keep them in play as a salary relief unit that can luck into sacks and short fields. They're going to be about 0% owned. That's the pool. We're stacking Stafford with Puka for ceiling, anchoring with McCaffrey's touches in a soft matchup, leveraging Jamar's bounce-back profile in the flex, and rotating Juwan or Theo at TE based on how much salary we need. News sentiment is pushing ownership down on a few of these plays, and we're taking advantage where the data and matchups still point up.